Go Beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to KritzKast. We are going to be watching some more Highlander action every single week. Have been doing this for the past 2 months, and there's still a month to come. My name is Jake. Today with me in the casting booth is none other than Agro of KritzKast. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing wonderfully! Thank you very much for having me on. It's an absolute joy and pleasure to be here. A very strange experience being this side of the... I was going to say this side of the camera. I'm always this side of the camera. This side of the competitive world. Much more used to talking random ass stuff about things that people aren't really interested in doing anyway. How are you, Jake?
Yeah, I'm fantastic myself. I mean, I'm really glad to have you here. Definitely gonna be a very interesting experience, especially now that we have a very interesting game at our hands here. We have TC Frosties versus Foxycodone, teams that are kind of in the middle of a table right now. This is the last game before the playoff stage on Koth Cascade. There's a new map running on UGC in this 23rd season of the UGC League Highlander, and it's certainly going to be very, very interesting to see those two teams duke it out for a better playoff spot, because I do believe they're both kind of secured their spots in the league right now. They're both qualified for playoffs at the moment, but this game is going to be all about the placement in the playoffs, and depending on what kind of placement they'll get, that the other team will basically get assigned is going to be easier or harder to beat depending on the stats. So there's a lot of numbers running right now, but right now we're going to be focusing on that game on our hands right now. Foxy versus TC Frosties for short. So, Agro. We talked about this a little bit before the stream, and I do believe you'd like to talk a little bit about fashion. So how about now? Fashion, both teams are reasonably well dressed, I do believe.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing all of the unusual hat wear and garments, and seeing whether people are embracing all of the war paints and the possibilities that are available to them. Really kind of getting to grips with Team Fortress 2 and its core and essence, which I'm sure we all know is nothing whatsoever to do with who can hit the hardest or the fastest or get to the midpoint. It's just who looks best doing it.
Of course, and that's all that matters is presentation here. The rest is just pure talent or luck. So we're going to be seeing, again, those two teams. In the blue team, I do believe it's going to be Foxy duking out the race. Red team is TC Frosties here. There have been some controversy in the UGC League about TC switching their nicks all the time. And for the sake of it, this game, I will be just using the class names for this game. Hopefully, it will not be too confusing.
Yeah,
I do believe they're getting live any second now. Yeah, we hear the beautiful lady, the announcer, talking about the getting ready. Gates are going to be down. We're going to looking at the middle section of the map once again. Going to see which demo man decides to be the faster one. And on the blue side here, we have Riken going in right now. Red demo just goes in a little bit more further under the point. Takes a little bit more damage here. Falls down first as the team actually tries to secure themselves a better position here. Blue team trying to get here a little bit more aggressive. Foxy's moving in, but they're still both teams very, very defensive on their behind those rocks. This map is very reminiscent of a Koth product, and as such, there's a lot of little nooks and crannies you can hide behind. Those big rocks in the middle definitely going to help out. And right now is TC team that is currently taking the point with majority of the team on it. 3 people down in that exchange. Thankfully, though, they did manage to save their medic here at Foxy. As such, they were going to be moving through the cliff here, through the little entrance. They have a heavy setup there already, shooting out the mini sentry on the other side. Very annoying to deal with, but red team here right now, TC is a bit defensive. They still are in control of the point. A majority of Foxy team is currently on the cliff. They did lose their heavy and they lost their spy, so no more shenanigans, and the medic has to pop, drops a lot of people there. As amazing W+1 by the Pyro as he just goes in and burns everything in his path. As currently there's a lot of people down for Foxy team. They're forced to retreat, losing that uber charge, getting forced out there. Very unfortunate for them, but thankfully the medic did manage to get away with his life, Agro, and right now, well, TC is in complete control of the point.
Absolutely, could not have said it better myself. I think TC were doing amazing work there. They took the point and they moved backwards. They kind of held themselves off. They let Blue come back in, get Foxy into a position where they felt secure, and then they destroyed them, ran around the back, and just did that epic major Uber charge that really sees the moment. I'm watching Jack Stanley, the blue spy at the moment, trying to sneak around, trying to find a place, trying to find that perfect pick. And
Still looking for it. Ooh, that's so unfortunate for him, as well as Strick, who is the soldier for the Foxy team, is currently losing a lot of players. Heavy goes down as well in the cliff area. They are holding out there with the engineer and the medic. They're trying to heal up as much as they can, as many heals as they can. Currently, both medics on 100% charge. They're going from the back once again with the Pyro and the Heavy leading the charge. Early pop trying to force out the medic, and the medic is running away right now. He's actually still holding onto that Uber. Somehow, somewhere, he managed to get away with full 100%. That's amazing by the medic, sacrificing his team just to save this. And now they're going to have very fast respawns due to the nature of the COF maps and how they work. They're going to be able to maybe somehow gonna be able to get in there. Oh, but the medic drops! This is a soldier goes in, and just 2 rockets well placed against the medic, but the other medic goes down as well. Strick is just going in, equalizing the situation in the Uber department. But right now, Foxy team is unfortunately just a little bit on the downside here. They're losing quite a lot of time. 40 seconds on the clock, and it doesn't look too well. Jack Stanley goes to the point, stabs the sniper. Good pick there, freeing up a lot of room as they're currently setting up for another push. They don't have much time left. They need to go and dry without the Uber, that is, as they're getting in position. There's a lot of TC team currently holding out. There's a Pyro just trying to do the good old W plus M1. Didn't quite work out then. TC team is forced to go back. They don't have the respawns. There's the demo who just jumps in, tries to put a lot of spam, tries to delay as much as possible. Dr. Craig just goes on the point, puts up a mini sentry to protect a little bit more, and this is it. 8 seconds on the clock for TC. Frosties and Foxy is struggling a little bit. They need to hold this point for another 3 minutes.
Absolutely incredible seeing how that TC seemed to be in absolute perfect control of this point, and it all just kind of whiffled away from them the last few seconds there. They weren't able to secure that first point, but they are coming back with a vengeance now.
As they're currently getting back the point. 8 seconds on the clock, like I said before, taking it very confidently. The Foxy team is unfortunately not very able or capable of taking it back. There's still Jack Stanley roaming around trying to stop this, but the point is capped, secured, and the first point of this game goes to the way of TC Frosties with Foxycodone unfortunately conceding it. And right now we're getting into the next round here, second round going in. Currently both teams moving in somewhat at the same time. This time TC Frosty decided to take the defensive spot. They tried to save their players right now. They did lose their demo as the first kill of the game, with Foxy just kind of on the aggressive side, trying to take up positions once again, holding behind those rocks. Very good position to hold into, a lot of protection from the spam, but look how many TC team is on the point right now. Good bomb by the soldier. Strick just takes down the Heavy. Very important pick there, but the point is slowly being ticked to the way of TC Frosties. The Foxycodone needs to do something about this, and they are doing this. They're going in. The Pyro trying to go from the behind, trying to burn the medic, but there's another Pyro's Moonlight who takes care of that.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of really amazing. You likened it to Viaduct or Product before. It's not quite the same. There's lots of points to drop down and sneak around the back on as well. It's reminiscent, as all COF points and COF maps tend to be, of each other. But yeah, there's extraordinary things that you can do. It's sort of a drop down and ambush the teams that we don't see in any other map.
Yeah, right now look at this. Medic and the Heavy both are in the cliff. They're kind of alone. They don't have many people to help them. There's an Uber coming from behind. They need to use this Uber to run away. There's no Pyro to block him, so they have free reign, and the Uber is going to be much later than the red team here. TC Frosties are a little bit of a defensive side, but there's only a Heavy and a Medic on the point right now. They're going to get completely annihilated there by the Scout, who goes in, just takes out 3 meat shots. It's all it takes to take care of the Heavy. Was already quite damaged by the other Heavy. There's a lot of classes being called out here, but the Medic still survives here. Blue Medic for Foxycodone is still alive and breathing, although a little back, further in the back right now. The clock is ticking for TC Frosties once again. They have a very aggressive spot here. They have all the players in the right spots. The Uber is slowly ticking as well. I mean, this is the time for Foxycodone to actually go and try to get as many picks, as much damage as possible right now, and that's what Riken is doing. He's putting a lot of spam on the demo, but he's still holding on that cliff area, and he is just putting out so much spam again, but he has no help. That chip damage is not going to help if you have a medic around. Look at this, the scout just tries to go in, tries to chip away at the medic, not getting the purchase there. Still holding kind of by themselves, the demo and the medic, lone two warriors trying to fence off TC Frosties. Once again going from behind, popping Uber very early. They do have Uber to defend and they're gonna pop late, dropping the pyro at it. Still surviving, but dropping to the heavy and the sticky trap from the demo. What unfortunate fate has encountered them as Foxycodone losing that Uber that they had even to get out of this situation. It was not utilized, and unfortunately dropping this, it is only going to spell doom further for Foxycodone.
Yeah, Foxy, I really want to see them trying a new method of attack. They've been holding in that top corner all this time. They've always been sort of building and building and building in that corner, and it's just not working for them. They get circled around, they get destroyed, and even on the little exchange we see just there, it's not the way to play this map. Clearly not the way to play this map against TC.
Yeah, TC seem to be in complete control right now. They know what to do, and there's a level 3 sentry being run by the engineer, spamming the cliff. A very good spot, very difficult to take, and that being wrangled is going to be even more difficult to take care of it. But the engineer goes down, so does the sentry, so does the the teleporter. So much stuff, they just go in. There's no Uber for the blue side, but they decide to go in. There's a lot of sharing going on for TC Frosties, losing quite a lot of players, only 4 people up for the blue team here. Foxycodone losing them even more, but they did manage to take out the sentry nets with the teleporter. Very important pick there, but at what cost? Only 20 seconds left on the clock for TC Frosty. It's going to be very difficult for them to reclaim the point right now without Uber, without any sort of reinforcements. They need to make very quick decision right now. They're getting close to the point. Jumping in is the soldier. Strick is trying to put some damage on the demo man, taking 1 rocket. That's not enough. Craig is getting seriously spammed here. Riken is trying to get on the point as well. TC Frosties are not letting this one through, as currently there's a lot of being spam being exchanged here. Only the demo is alive. He's here still very dangerous, but finally gets taken care of, and once again Foxycodone put their mark on the timer, but for how long, Agro?
Absolutely, and you see that in that exchange, it was only really Jack Stanley who was able to kind of circle around the back, and even the advantage he gleaned from his tiny weeny bit of stabbing, it wasn't enough to really make a difference. Oh no, he does! Suddenly he makes a difference! He takes down the meds! He is the hero that we needed for this map to be something other than a complete another whitewash.
Yeah, so look how close the point is. They need to use the super on the point and not leave it for a second. And there's so many red players still roaming around, just waiting to take this 1 second upwards. But thankfully, the team is not able to do this. What's going on? TC Frost is just taking the point with the scout on it. And they just left the point for brief second. That's all it took for TC Frosties to reclaim it and win the second point of this game. I did not expect them to work that way. They needed to stay on the point. They had the players, and then just something did not click in their cohesion. But now we're moving to the third round already. They're still hungry for blood. Both teams, TC Frosties have a soldier jumping all the way back on the cliff. Actually, the demo, sorry. Spamming this engineer. Engineer goes down along with the mini sentry. Once again, Foxycodone losing quite a lot of players, but this time not going out without a bang. Still trying to pick as many players as they can, but right now they lag the key classes here. Only Riken with the medic. Medic gets killed by the demo man from TC Frosties. So unfortunate. Losing that massive advantage that they had. Right now they need to be looking at a kill on the enemy medic. Only 4 people up were just a brief second ago. For TC Frosties, they might need to use this advantage they have to reclaim the point, and so they do. So many players from Foxycodone right now on the point. They do have all the players, but they don't have that Uber. Only 5% for the blue medic here. Foxycodone against 100 from TC Frosties, and we're gonna be looking at Uber any second now.
Yeah, looking forward to that moment when it comes in. I'm sure they're going to push forward like a freight train. In fact, it looks like they're going underneath. Is this a new tactic? I haven't seen this used before.
Oh, they're going in and they're gonna use this Uber. The other team does not expect it at all, as Foxycodone is just crumbling, losing their demo, losing a lot of players, only 3 people up, the medic included, with 50% Uber charge still saved. That was a very wise decision for him to get out in time, and the team was just not prepared for this kind of strategy, and it was completely unseen in the bottom, below the point, unutilized part of the map before, but right now they're moving in forward. They're still holding in that offensive clip. Jack Stanley going in. Oh, he gets the heavy. Oh, but he still runs away with his life on fire, but still alive. That's very important, but it might just been the unusual hazard he's wearing that just kind of get me confused. as you said before, Agro, but they're moving on the point. They have the cliff. They have all the picks they need. The enemy medic is still breathing in 50% on the cliff all by himself, and he needs to wait for some respawns. If Foxycodone actually knew what to do in this situation, he went for the medic as he was all by himself, but right now Kronk is just getting away from the situation, and Foxycodone are in control of the point for the first time in this game. They're gonna have a better time than TC Frosties.
Yep, it's a better time, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to keep it for very long. They have already lost that point of TC. TC are now holding very steady. They've been holding very far forward when they've had the points on previous occasions, and they look like they're repeating that now, almost spawn camping. It's that kind of brutal.
And it's very brutal with that 100% uber charge there, Agro. It's going to be very difficult for Foxycodone to do anything. All they have to look for is that force which goes on right now. They need to just demoralize the other team, going all the way to the spawn doors, killing a few people on the way in, including the demo man. Very important pick for the offensive team, but they're going to get the respawns fairly soon. So DC Frosties need to get back. They need to calm down, you know, chill out on that greed that they have, the lust for blood. Oh, Kronk is so low! 3 rockets is all it takes to kill him, and that's what I'm talking about, Agro. They were too greedy there. They wanted to take as many kills as possible. They did get a nice uber charge there and force the enemy team to the spawn, but now they've lost their medic, and the blue medic for Foxycodone will be able to rebuild his uber, albeit from scratch, but they do have the player advantage on the point right now. They will be able to set up, but look at this. Look at this whole bottom section of this map is completely swarmed by TC Frosties. They have a teleporter dispenser. Jack Stanley goes in, saps the sentry, but this is not gonna be enough as they currently have this on lockdown. And look at this, Foxycodone taking the point, using this situation that the other team is below the point. They're not capping or contesting it, just taking it for themselves. But TC Frosties are not going to just wait around for nothing. They're going on the point right now, reclaim it for themselves. Such a close round, this one. And once again, the medic is only on 50% uber charge. Just died a second ago, that last exchange, kind of not expecting the enemy team to be completely in that bottom room below the point. With 60% on TC Frosty's medic there with Kronk, it's going to be quite difficult for Foxycodone to do anything about it, and already 2 points down on Agro. They need to step up their game. They need to accelerate with their decision making.
Yeah, I'm just watching Jack at the moment, seeing if he's going to make any use of his spy tactics to destroy that sentry, and he takes a wander past that way, almost like he's shopping for a new place to live, and decides to find a bigger flat somewhere else and gets destroyed on his way out. So no big change going to happen in that particular department. It looks like, as you say, ownership has been taken by TC.
But so unfortunate there. The medic goes down for Foxycodone. Only 4 people up. They don't have anyone on the point, and unfortunately, just like that, 3rd point goes to the way of TC Frosties, and it's very unfortunate for Foxycodone. They were fighting very well for so far. I do believe we're gonna go for one more round of this. I'm not sure about the ruling in this match. I'm gonna ask Wiethoofd, who is whispering in my ear, that is going to be first to 4 points. So Foxycodone need to have a wake-up call right now. They have a little bit of time to discuss the strategies, Agro. They're gonna have to calm down a little bit, see what was wrong, as TC Frosty seemed to be in complete and utter control throughout the entire game. They knew where they were going. They had some strategies. They were going up the cliff behind the enemy team, and for me, Foxycodone just didn't have a plan for this map at all.
By the looks of what they were doing each and every single time, I think they had a plan. It just wasn't working for them, and they weren't able to react to the fact that it wasn't working for them. They weren't able to make a decision to say, look, we've made some terrible decisions here. Let's change. Let's go for something different. Let's go for a different rollout. Let's try and attack this from a different angle, a different effect. And it had the same outcome every single time. They were just destroyed.
It's very unfortunate for them indeed. I mean, Foxycodone do have what it takes. Stats don't just speak for themselves. Both teams right now at 4 wins and 3 losses in the league. As a reminder, I tell you guys that this is the last game before the playoff stage. This is basically about the placements for the playoffs, as moving into November, we're going to be casting some more playoff stuff, and obviously the teams are going to be getting that 11th gear. They're gonna be trying to think of a good strategy against the other teams that are still in playoffs, still playing. Right now, they're kind of scoping out what is the difference between those two teams, where are the strengths, where are the weaknesses, where we should aim at. And right now, TC Frosties are just basically just have the cohesion, have the the damage, the DM, all the positioning, and just the general strategy. And every single time from what I've saw is that Foxycodone just don't really have an answer to that. Like you said, Agro, they just don't know. They can't think on the fly, and they just keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, which just never works against TC Frosties. But we are going to the next round right now. Both teams let off the leash, jumping into the midpoint. Both demos, one demo is actually a red demo, is running the sticky jumper, going in, jumping around at the speed of sound as he's just jumping away, being a general nuisance here. TC Frosties are going on the point very aggressively, taking the aggressive position and the height advantage, a slight height advantage that this point gives, as they're currently trying to do something. Medic is so low, but he gets finished off by the soldiers. So unfortunate, with only 3 people alive. Foxycodone need to concede the first cap of this point, as TC Frosties are capping it securely with their medic also dying somewhere on the way. I do believe it was a courtesy of Jack Stanley once again, watching his back there, the medic Crunk, unfortunately paying with his life for his misfortunes. But thankfully, though, the TC Frosties are not gonna let this point go without a fight, as Foxycodone are currently getting their place in position.
I think we're going to see a change up here at the moment. Is Foxy doing something new and unusual here?
They're running KritzKast right now. They are going to be very aggressive with their strategy, seeing that the Uber hasn't really worked out that well. They were dropping it quite a lot. No, it's actually Vaccinator. So they're gonna be actually using that Vaccinator, and they're moving into the point. They have all the heals and all the resistance they need to secure this point right now. They're gonna take it for themselves. Not a bad time so far. Only 2 people up for TC Frosties, which is going to be difficult to reclaim this point, losing their medic on the way. And with Foxy medic on 100% Vaccinator, I do believe once again it's going to be quite interesting.
I want to disagree with you there.
Sorry, it's still
being run by Foxy. I think Vaccinator may be running by the TC team. It doesn't matter anyway. Oh my goodness me. Foxy loses their medic. Doesn't matter what you're running if you're dead.
Oh yeah, it was so unfortunate they just popped it. They were so hopeful and ready to lay down some pain, that was just not to be. However, the red medic here for TC Frosties is the one who's running the Vaccinator, I do believe. He did die in the last exchange, and he's still on it. He's still gonna be using that gimmick unlock, as some might say, but it's still very valuable. I mean, the resistances are not bad, but Jack once again with the clutch double kill there, taking down the medic and the heavy, I do believe. That's such an insane stab there, and saving Foxy a little bit more time there. Building that KritzKast right now, 50% is gonna be done fairly soon. They still are in control of the point, and so far it's looking very hopeful for Foxycodone.
Absolutely. I think Foxy have taken to heart the idea that they need to do something unusual and different, and they pulled out all of the Euro gimmicks in order to make a real change in this what is effectively their last chance on this map.
Yeah, this is their last chance. They have to think of something strange. They have to think of something interesting. You have to remember that Vaccinator does protect against some crits here, as the pain is coming down. So many people dead right now. All 4 people dead for TC Frosties, paying with 2 of their own for the Foxycodone side, and that KritzKast so far is working very well. The demo jumps from behind, tries to take the medic. Nice dodging going out from the blue medic here. Foxycodone is doing pretty well for themselves, losing quite a lot of health on the point, but they have that Vaccinator, the KritzKast, to keep them healthy and overhealed. But right now, TC Frosties are angry. They are furious. They need to get this point back. They lost so much time already running that Vax still, I do believe. Yeah, no, they're running quick fix right now. They need that Uber charge as fast as possible, as that Vaccinator has not really worked out in their favor. I mean, this is a very difficult medigun to manage for the medic, in addition to what you already have to do, which is basically run away from everything that is happening on the map. But thankfully, TC Frosties did reclaim the point for themselves, having the timer ticking down for them right now. They need to pick their offensive spots. They need to find some way to pierce this defense coming out of the Foxycodone, going with the crits, not taking too many lives with them, still running low on health. The medic paying with his life just to finish off this crit, only taking 2 down with them, but the Pyro goes down. Demo goes down, Soldier goes down. So many people going down for TC Frosties, so do for Foxycodone. Just a few people left for either of the teams. Nice headshot by Chipmunk, I do believe. One headshot, two headshots on the point. Still alive, still looking for something. Gonna be dangerous. Soldier jumps in, trying to take down the sniper, but it's not to be. And still, Foxycodone getting the reinforcements in. Agro, they're going in on the point. They're gonna reclaim it. There's not many people to defend it right now. There is that that's Heavy, who's trying to defend the point with this unusual unlock coming out of him as Huolong Geeter, but it is not enough. You know, the fire is not gonna do much if the entire team is on your head, as Foxycodone reclaimed the point with 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, finally we're seeing a bit of cohesion by Foxy. They're moving together as a team, and they're really trying to pick up the amazing shots. I think individually there's some amazing plays in here, but we're not really seeing what we need to see in order to push back on the sheer might that is TC. TC taking that point just now. What have they got? What could Foxy possibly do in order to reclaim those last 20 seconds and win this round?
Look at those uber advantages here. The TC is only running a quick fix. Blue team is running the crit, which coming out. So much damage being put out, but not many kills. The demo goes down. There's only a Heavy to help out with the crit, taking out Kronk as only the Soldier, who's currently playing. The medic is still alive with that 100% quick fix. 4 people dead for Foxycodone. There's not much time left on the clock. They do have 100% quick fix to save them here, and there's no medic alive for Foxycodone. They need to switch up their strategy. There's not much time left. 30 seconds to go for TC Frosties. Foxycodone need to do something about this. Need to get on the point. Need to be aggressive. Need to take the important picks here. They have quite a lot of people all forward already, taking out quite a lot of damage on the enemy team, but once again, they're not finishing up the kills. That is the most important part about the game like that, especially on cough maps. You need to finish off the kill, and that's what they're doing. Raiken's trying to finish off the kills that he's putting out. The demo goes down. There's a lot of damage being exchanged. 5 people down already for TC Frosties. Looks like they're listening to me. You know, 90 seconds in the future, they're listening. They're going, capping the point with 2 seconds on the clock left for TC Frosties. 15 for Foxycodone. I do believe they still have a chance at this game. They still may reclaim their right to fight for the playoff spot here. So very little time here.
Countdown happening, got a demo at the point. Oh, he just gets destroyed, blown apart.
Look at this, and they're going in. TC Frosty's losing so many players. Only 2 people dead for Foxycodone. Is this the dream that we're talking about? Is this the comeback? As they're getting 1 point. Oof.
That's the one. I think Foxy have realised that actually they need to kill the players, and that's what they haven't been doing all this time. They've been getting in, they're getting a lot of damage, but they've not finished it off. And as you say, you need to finish it off.
You need to finish it off, and someone would probably take that out of context sometime soon, but it is fine as they're going into the 5th round of this game. TC Frosties are furious right now. You can see in their game style that the sniper is actually running a huntsman. They're going in full throttle onto the point. They're gonna try to cap it as fast as possible. Already 5 people dead for Foxycodone in that middle exchange, losing their vital classes, but the medic is still alive. That's the most important part about this right now. The red medic is gonna check really quickly his medic gun. The blue medic here, Foxycodone, is running a quick fix, trying to get that faster uber charge rate, and red medic as well, so both quick fixes. But look at this, there's an arrow shot onto Chipmunk. It's just unfortunate for the sniper getting killed by it. Look at this, there's a quick fix being utilized with the direct hit on the back line, trying to put a lot of damage, but the medic is still alive for the blue team, popping a quick fix on their own, jumping with the Heavy, taking down the enemy Heavy here. TC Frosties are crumbling a little bit. 2 people dead for them right now. They're moving in. Foxycodone taking a lot of damage from behind. Heavy unfortunately goes down to a medic kill from the crossbow, as they're currently still holding up. They're still holding on somehow. TC Frosties, they still have a few people dead. The Foxycodone do have faster respawn times, Agro, and they are gonna be able to utilize it maybe sometime soon. They need to use this. They need to use the advantage they get themselves every single time they take a few picks here.
Yeah, they're really not making use of it. Whenever they're spawning as 1 or 2s rather than moving in together as a group. It's classic Koth play. They need to be a group. They need to be one huge force of awesomeness. And really, that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing them going in on their own and getting destroyed on their own.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Thankfully, though, body shot onto the medic. The red medic goes down there to a sniper. Thankfully, it's gonna give the blue medic here a little bit of a breathing room. You know, with that quick fix, building up a bit faster than the other team, definitely gonna help. But with the time ticking and TC Frosty's just breathing down their necks, it's gonna be quite difficult to maintain
TC
cohesion.
going underneath. They're gonna move forward on that little tactic they used before, trying to attack from underneath. It looks like Jack Stanley doesn't want to have them go underneath. Jack Stanley destroying and going to take another shot at it again.
Yeah, Jack Stanley once again saving their team as much as he can right now. He's one-man army going in the behind, and this map, from what it seems, really helps the Spies to do their work. They're going in with that quick fix. The blue team, the Foxycodone, they need to get on the point. However, they're losing their demo there in that exchange, not taking any kills with them. 3 people dead already for the team. Moonlight getting chased by the Pyro, both going down there with the Soldier Kronk, who's just still on that direct hit, still doing quite a lot of damage. 4 people dead for Foxycodone. They're gonna have to wait for the respawn to move in as a force, but there is a major force waiting for them at the point right now. TC Frosties have that quick fix at the ready. They're gonna be quite aggressive with it, going in with the conch, with the quick fix, with the direct hit. Kronk is just going in and trying to lay down some damage, but unfortunately gets repelled by Foxycodone. They are angry right now. They don't have time. They're getting desperate. They need to think of something clever. Going from the main room here, from the lobby, putting a lot of damage on the right side as TC Frosties are quite aggressive there. They're still trying to do something. They still have a little bit of time left to think, a little bit more ways to go, as there's so many people on the point right now. There's a lot of BM being just like a spy, just, you know, smoking on the point is what is happening. 5 people dead for Foxycodone. I do not believe this is going to be enough to stop TC Frosties from winning this game.
That was kind of brutal. I feel kind of bad for them.
Ooh, I think I need a shower after this game. Just feel dirty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this game. Right now, it's TC Frosties who take the higher seeding spot for the playoffs. They're gonna be happening sometime next month, which is in a few days, actually. And obviously, do tune in. I'm losing my words here. Agro, help me out. Do tune in to KritzKast, the Team Fortress 2 podcast / casting, as we're casting every single UGC week on Monday around 8 to 9 p.m. CET, as we did change our time schedule just a little bit to adjust for the time change in Europe. And we're gonna apparently be casting Thursdays as well, as Wiethoofd is just whispering in my ear that we're gonna be casting Thursdays as well. So Agro, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, definitely. I think that one thing that desperately needs to be said now, is particularly since we're going to be casting quite so often, is we need casters, we need observers, we need to build and grow this team that's been so successful so far. We need you guys. If you're listening to this right now and you're thinking, I could do better than those guys, you're probably right. Certainly better than me. I'm not sure you can do better than Jake, but yeah, we'll definitely give you guys a try. All you have to do is go along to KritzKast.com /casting call. And that'll be the form to fill in, and you could become the next Jakeowaty. Think how wonderful that would be. You could be the next Wiethoofd. Who doesn't want to be the next Wiethoofd? I'm thinking right now I want to be the next Wiethoofd, and yet I can't be, for I am only one man. I have to choose between Wiethoofd and Jakeowaty, and my attention, my desires are split between 2 fantastic men.
Oh my god, just stop, because I'll start blushing. I don't deserve all this praise, but yeah, do help us out. We are lacking in the casting department. Recently, we definitely could use a few more casters, so just don't be afraid, give you a try. We're definitely going to consider every single option and request we get, and we're going to see from there. But thank you very much for watching this game. This has been the 23rd season's last game of the normal stage before playoffs, regular season here on Koth Cascade, a new map being introduced by UGC between TC Frosties and Foxycodone, taking this one TC Frosties 4-1. My name has been Jake. Today with me, the wonderful Agro, and on camera, as always, the beautiful and fantastic, lovable Wiethoofd. Thank you very much for tuning in, and tune in next week.